What's up, everybody? The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of The Lord of the Rings: BFME 2, patch 1.08. We have a 1v1 on Forts of Isen II today, and our players are ArcH4nGeL as Isengard in the top left, and the opposing team, RECON Halet as Mordor there in the bottom right. Alright, so we'll see who is the victorious in this matchup. Mordor versus Isengard. I'd say, well, if it gets to the late game, Mordor probably would be the better option, but we'll see. I don't know too much about patch 1.08 to be honest, so it's hard for me to judge, but we'll see. Haradrim Palace being thrown down, of course, for RECON Halet, so he's going to go for Easterlings or Corsair. No, Corsairs don't come from that. So used to Rise of the Witch King. Corsairs come from the Tavern and BFME 2, of course. So that is the thing I got to remember. I haven't played BFME 2 in a while, like the base game. Of course I do cast it on occasion, so I guess I should know these things. Anywho, we have Orc Pikeman being brought out. Undoubtedly he's going for Easterlings to do creeping as well. Yep. So they're both going to creep a War Glare, get the gold, get the power point, and then carry on with their lives. So we'll see how that goes for them, I suppose. Too much to discuss here in this beginning stages. He's going for 3 furnaces there, getting a 4th, and sending his builder over here. Looks like he's scouting with his builder. Let's see what he sees. Not a whole lot. The building, or the vision radius of a builder is not very high. He's undoubtedly looking to see if Halet is going to actually creep. Oh crap, he actually ran into them. That's devastating. That's a huge loss. Because he couldn't see them coming, he actually lost his builder. That sucks. And now it looks like ArcH4nGeL is creeping over here. He has killed the wargs, and now going to get the gold from that war glare. Opting not to get this one first. As to where looks like Halet going to take this one instead of the one over here. This one's in a more immediate threat of being taken by the enemy, if you think about it. But I guess it really just depends on how the enemy feels when going which direction. Because, of course, he could go from the top, could go from the middle, or the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Now, those Easterlings are level 2. He's got the extra gold, and he's got orcs on the way as well. Orcs in this patch are 50 resources, which is fairly cheap. Archers are 300, of course. Easterlings are 350, and Haradrim Archers is actually 450. Which is 50 cheaper than patch 2.02 of Rise of the Witch King. So that's kind of nice. Looks like he's taking down the cave troll with the crossbows. There we go. The troll's dead. Now he's going to creep that one. Although they get smacked in the face as the troll does this wild death animation. RECON Halet managing to take this war glare and get the gold from that. He does have Haradrim Archers out in the field now. Opting to go for those straight away, as they are very strong archers, much better than orc archers as you would expect. Now Halet going for this war glare and sending some orcs to the southern ford probably to attack ArcH4nGeL. Unfortunately, the Creebine making things difficult, as well as these Uruk-hai swordsmen cutting them down. Unfortunately, those Haradrim Archers are dead. Looks like he's opting to keep the Creebine over the Easterlings over here, because he doesn't want to lose his production buildings. It's much easier to reproduce a furnace than one of the Uruk pits, I guess. If you think of it that way. Makes sense. Yeah, it looks like he has captured the inn over here, so he can get Corsairs of Umbar, it looks like. That's what the inn unit is for Isengard in patch 1.08. And how much are they? They are 300. Not bad. They'll, of course, be very good against these Easterlings. Or even Orc Warriors. Although we do have a Nazgul out for Halet. He does have to be very careful of the pikes, though. While Nazgul do tremendous amounts of damage, like say these crossbows, and he did a nice job of microing through there without taking almost any damage. killed almost all those crossbows just that ride through. And now he'll finish him off, it looks like. So well played there for sure. The Nazgul definitely a great choice. Looks like Lert's going for an attack with some swordsmen here. Probably not enough to fight too close to the fort though. ArCh4nGeL attacking here as well. He's got a couple crossbowmen just ready to die. Halet gonna lose his builder. Actually, it looks like ArCh4nGeL moved his guys away before he even started moving. Interesting choice, but I guess maybe he wouldn't have caught him anyway, who knows. Or he attack moved or something. It's possible. Lurtz needs to level up. Once he gets to level 2, possibly he gets Carnage. It doesn't say, so I don't know. It's different for some patches, I think. Yep. Oh, he's level 3. Yeah. Level 3 he gets Carnage. Yeah, it's the same as every other patch. And Lurtz will continue headbutting his way to victory. But ArCh4nGeL is definitely getting the economy down of Halet here. These Urkai are definitely doing the work. Meanwhile, they're having a bit of a skirmish up here, it looks like. Let's rotate the camera a little bit. There we go. Nazgul waiting for the opportune moment to get these crossbowmen. Is the time nigh? Nope, he's opted to go away instead. Let's reset the camera. There we go. Looks like the base of ArCh4nGeL is under attack. Our Easterlings here and here, trying to take down the buildings. Looks like he will get this Urk bit before those Easterlings are cleaned up. That's going to be a bit of a loss for ArCh4nGeL. And he will need, of course, to repair that. Oh, he actually saved that one, but the Nazgul might finish it off. Although, the Arch Pikeman chasing him down, so he has to be very careful if his Orcs manage to get that furnace there. Nazgul got a nice run through on the crossbows. He wants to get that Urk pit, and he does manage to get it. He's destroyed both of the production buildings from ArCh4nGeL, and now ArCh4nGeL will have to throw down another Urk pit and hope he can survive. So he's recapturing this outpost, or inn rather, so he can build more Corsairs. We still have some sort of production building. And of course you don't want it in the hands of Mordor, because then he can just build troops out of it as well. Unfortunately, Orc Warriors are doing fairly decent amount of damage to this furnace. If they're not stopped in time, they will get it, but it looks like they are taken out swiftly. So that's good for ArCh4nGeL. Ooh, the Nazgul Screech. Sounds like he's died. I don't know where he died, but he did. I haven't a clue, actually. I guess over here. He must have ran into some pikes. Looks like ArCh4nGeL is overpowering Halet's army over here. And he'll begin pushing in the north. And in the middle as well. Led by Lertz as well. And once he gets to level 5, he gets 50% damage buff to all his army. That's the leadership buff for him. And in he goes. So he'll level up shortly, I think. Especially from killing Roger Merchants, probably. Ooh. He's very close. Unfortunately, he just uses Carnage now. He can't pin the Nazgul and beat it to death. Which is really what you want to do with Lertz. Lertz is a Nazgul killer. With his Cripple Strike and Berserk combo, he takes Nazgul down with ease. But fortunately for him, he just used his Berserk. He could still Cripple Strike, which he's planning on doing now. Cripple Striking right next to some pikes, and then the Nazgul will fall. Get ready. Brace your ears. It's not that bad. The Nazgul Screech isn't nearly as bad as some of the sounds in patch 1.08, like the Ent Summon, as far as volume goes. For some reason, it's very hard to click on the minimap on the bottom. If you click here, you can't actually get to where you're trying to go. You have to click here at the minimum, which is a bit weird. Let's take a look at powers and stuff while we're at it. Looks like he has Industry there. ArCh4nGeL, the Isengard player, has Devastation, Creepbind, 8 power points, and 428 of 800 command points. And RECON Halet has Industry, Obtain Land, 8 power points, and 234 of 475. ArCh4nGeL now at 900, so he's blowing Halet out of the water as far as economy goes. And of course, he's Isengard, so he has Devastation. He'll eventually have Fuel the Fires or Industry if he goes long enough. And Mordor won't. Mordor will just have industry, and that is it, I believe. Yeah, that's right. And that's where the Corsairs of Mordor come from. Of course, the tavern building. It's also where you get your barbed arrows, your other upgrades. So of course, there's being sent around the back to take out this slaughterhouse. They do succeed. Now they'll work down this tavern. So it doesn't look like they will succeed, so ArCh4nGeL pulling him away. We have a Nazgul being brought out, a Fell Beast. Lurtz is not going to get out of here, unfortunately for him. So he's throwing down Carnage. Probably should have used it a little bit sooner since he wasn't going to get out of there anyway. But not that big a deal. ArCh4nGeL's spamming furnaces at this point, which is a good call, good idea. Which will help him get back into the game in a big way. No one's actually killed the troll on the bottom left, which is interesting. Only the top right is the one being utilized. Looks like Halet is going to take the inn and begin leveling up his Fell Beast on some of these things. Of course, this Fell Beast can't dismount. I'm used to dismounting Fell Beasts, but in BFME 2 they don't dismount, of course. As I'm sure you're all aware. What did she fly down? Oh, there's Corsairs there. I was wondering what he was attacking. His own guys. He was not. Looks like we got Berserker leading the charge. ArCh4nGeL has a lot of crossbows. Actually, in fact, almost solely crossbows. I might say maybe too many crossbows. I think that's 5 battalions of crossbows. And not really a whole lot in the way of melee troops. Although, it might be enough. 1 Berserker and a battalion of those is quite a bit of damage. As well as some pikes. Of course, he needs a lot of crossbows if he wants to bring down the Nazgul. It's a Fell Beast. The Nazgul on a Fell Beast. Whatever you want to call it. So, Halet has to be a bit careful. There are still a lot of crossbows alive on the field. He could bring down the Fell Beast fairly easily. 3 more battalions of crossbows on the way. As well as some pikes and berserkers. And more crossbows being built. And while Halet clearing up the north here. Sending... Mordor's in it. Oh yeah, Devastation Means there. I forgot it has that stunning effect in BFME 2. I used to use it for that back in the day. Haradrim Lancers are the in-unit for Mordor. Which are like the spear throwing... I think they're kind of crappy, to be honest. I don't know how good they are. I never found them to be that good in patch 1.06. I have no idea about patch 1.08. They were never that great. But those are what are on top of the Mumakil in this patch. Spear throwing guys. They don't have Haradrim Mergers on top. Like I'm used to. We got crossbows for days over here. As well as Lurtz back out in the field. Up to level 6 now he gets the pillage ability, which gives him loot for kills. As if Isengard needed more things to give them money. Eventually I'd imagine he can get a Saruman if he wants it. ArCh4nGeL does have a Summon Watcher. So that'll come in handy quite well. Halet has Barrage though, which is equally just as destructive. Some could argue more so. I guess it really depends on the situation. Because of course Barrage is more effective against buildings. When you summon a Creebine and then summon a Watcher under the army though, it will kill pretty much anything. It's devastating. Except for like heroes and stuff, I guess. And the Nazgul is back out for Halet. Although Lurtz is still on the field, so you could negate that pretty easily. Will he go for the Cripple Strike? There it is. And as you see, Lurtz is just the bane of the Nazgul. He should really go into sword mode and beat it to death. Oh, and unfortunately, Halet does lose his Fell Beast. But yeah, Lurtz should have used that opportunity to Berserk. Might be too late now. Apparently Cripple Strike lasts more than enough time for him to get another nice 495 resources off of killing a Nazgul. And continuing to follow up, killing all these Corsairs of Umbar with the Forged Blades upgrades. He does need to back up though. Are there crossbows in here? 2 battalions of crossbows in fact. Lurtz might not get away though because the Corsairs managed to do just enough damage to get away because of the flanking damage. Some nice tactical choice chasing him down. It's definitely worth it, I would say. No one's used Barrage or the Watcher yet. Halet is at 224 of 600. 174 of 950. There's the Watcher. Halet's actually up to 18 power points after getting his 15 power, as to where ArCh4nGeL is only at 8. So we'll definitely see a Balrog before we see a Dragon Strike or Dragon from Isengard. Of course, the Watcher doing its job, destroying the army of Mordor there. Now he'll just whip away at nothing until he goes back into the depths of which he came. And that guy being tossed out of the old tavern. Classic. He's drunk as hell, and he gives no shits. As it should be. And it looks like ArCh4nGeL's taking the inn in the north once again. Meanwhile, sending a few battalions through the center, getting ready to at least. And there he goes. Looks like both players are building farms in the south. So eventually they'll start destroying each other's stuff. We have a lumber mill being put right here. An interesting place for a lumber mill, is considering he has trees in the back of his base and stuff. I don't know why you would put it here. There are a lot of trees there, though. That is for sure. It's just in a more vulnerable position than where he could have put it. And now ArCh4nGeL will begin pushing in. Lots of crossbows with the berserkers and pikemen. Not a bad combo, if I do say so. Roger Archer's one volley managed to kill 3 guys there. So they're definitely effective against the crossbows. And it looks like they're more resistant against damage from the crossbows than the vice versa. Which is probably for the best, considering that the Roger Archers cost more. So you would expect them to be better. And they can get armor as well, making them even more tanky if you decided to upgrade to that. Has he gone for any upgrades? He's got Forged Blades, we already saw that, of course. He doesn't need heavy armor, though. Majority of his units don't need heavy armor. Like his Corsairs they can't even wear armor. Only the archers and the Easterlings will be able to wear it. Is that worth it? I guess that's really up to him. I couldn't say. But yeah, like I said, this this lumber mill didn't last long. Looks like he's building one over here as well. I'm not entirely sure why he's building them over here when he has safer places to build his lumber mills. It's just so risky. There's already enemies over there destroying them. It just seems like a lost cause to me. But maybe there's some reason why he's doing it. Which managed to kill him before he gets knocked on his ass once again. This is one of the worst things ever implemented in this game. The flying unit knocking heroes down like that. I absolutely despise that. Makes it literally impossible to get away. We have a Balrog summon from RECON Halet on the base of ArCh4nGeL. He's going for a big breathe fire, and he does manage to take out 2 ArC pits with 1 breath. He's used Ignite to, of course, give 200% damage, 50% armor to his Balrog, which, of course, is a big deal. Fire Whip getting that level 3 furnace down. Now he definitely wants to get rid of this. A level 3 ArC pit is definitely costly for Isengard, and of course that does cut off all his production buildings. Now ArCh4nGeL is going to be in trouble if Mordor attacks in full force with everything he has. Of course, Balrog is going to go around and take out everything humanly possible. All these level 3 furnaces. Huge loss for Isengard. Lurk's coming over to fight the Balrog. I don't know if that's wise. 1 Fire Whip might make short work of him. Indeed it does. Not a good day to be alerts. Will he get to this before he just spawns, though? Oh, it's going to be close. This timer is running out very quickly. I think he can possibly hit and then Fire Whip. Or hit one more time. Oh, he managed to get it right at the nick of time. Before despawning there. Nice use of the Balrog. Pretty much decimated ArCh4nGeL. But will he be able to capitalize on it, I wonder? ArCh4nGeL still has a tower here. Mordor definitely has the advantage, though. He even has a Fell Beast still on the field. He's managing to get rid of a lot of the farms. Oh, he's still at 850 command point limit, so he's by no means out of the game. He's got plenty of farms. He's still got a lot of crossbows. He's got a Saruman as well. Once he gets to level 2, you can fireball rather. The Fell Beast or armies or what have you. And of course he's getting close to his 25. He still hasn't used his barrage. Oh, this is Mordor. Mordor's at 17 power points already? Does Balrog give you power points? He must. Otherwise, how would you have got so many? ArCh4nGeL is opted not to go for 25, instead of getting Summon Wildman, it looks like. That could have been a good or bad move, can't say. Guess only time will tell on that one. Felby's still alive, looks like Mordor does have it in there. And continuing to produce guys out of it. The troll back here is still alive. No one destroying anything over there. Some Haradrim archers playing guard here in the trees, waiting for somebody to show up while he labors away over here in the forest. And the Nazgul is back out in the field as well. I would like to see some Mumakil from Mordor. That would be fun. But doesn't look like he's opting to go for that route. I think it would be pretty effective though. Especially against Saruman. You could charge the Saruman and possibly kill him in one go. Which would be absolutely devastating, of course, for Isengard. But not going to happen today, I guess. Or at least not yet. Some Haradrim archers being sent in to do some damage. He does manage to get that builder. That's a nice pickup. And then he can get out of there as well. Does he have an armor upgrade? No. He's just very tanky on the Tainted Land, I guess. Tainted Land in this patch gives 50% armor only. So there you go. Looks like he's gone Barricade. Barricade and Tainted Land and stuff. Opting not to go for another 25. Of course, he can't go for another 25 until he gets another 15. So he has to get Darkness or whatever the other Mordor one is. Worm? I think the Worm is the other Mordor one, isn't it? Sounds about right. In fact, I'm fairly certain that is right. So he has to get Darkness or Worm before he can go for the Fires of Doom. Or Rain of Fire. Which one is it called? Can't remember. I think Fires of Doom is from Sauron, if I'm not mistaken. Same thing though, really. And that guy meeting an unfortunate fate at the hands of flying units. That would be pretty terrifying, being picked up by something and just dropped from like 100 feet in the air into your death. Not the way I would want to go. Down comes the barrage. Unfortunately, he did run his army into it as well. Although barrage is fairly brief in this patch. It's just one kind of volley. So he didn't get all his army in there. Saruman using the Wizard Blast there. Getting good kills. And while his alerts is picking him off. He's continuing to get a little bits of money here and there. From his alerts ability. Pillage or Scavenge or whatever the hell it's called. What is it called? I think it's Pillage. And of course it is. ArCh4nGeL fending off the attack in the north fairly easily, and he's rebuilt his base to its former glory, basically. He doesn't have level 3 barracks anymore, but he can work towards that, of course, when he gets the chance. Meanwhile, he is going for an attack on the base, the infrastructure, rather. Over here. Did he use that on the Fellbeast? I think he did, because the Fellbeast is taking a lot of damage. I wonder if Saruman gets knocked down. I would certainly hope Saruman does not get knocked down by Fellbeast. That would make me angry. He's way too expensive to be knocked down by a Fellbeast. It doesn't look like he does. So that's good. There are certain heroes that do not get affected by the knockdown. Also, he shouldn't be running around in an aggressive stance. I think that was a mistake by ArCh4nGeL. Although he probably would have died anyway, but still. Of course, running around aggressive stance. While you're getting hit, it does just increase your damage, and you don't get a speed boost as far as I'm aware in this patch. In aggressive stance, because you don't in any other patch. Possibly just forgot to take him out of it, or didn't care. One of the two. He has fortified position up here, though. Continuing to spread his influence. Spread his creep. As a StarCraft player would do. In comes the Watcher once again. Decimating Mordor's army to pieces. We have Morgul sorcery on the fortress of Halet here. Sounds like his Nazgul died once again. Now his barricade has fire arrows on it, which makes it, of course, even more effective. And in goes ArCh4nGeL once again. Halet has built a siege works. He could go for a Grand. Yeah, right. I don't think he has the economy to get a Grand. Of course, I don't think he's in a position to get a Grand either. But catapults would be a good choice. I'm assuming that's what he's going to aim towards. These catapults are fairly effective. Especially at crossbows. Against crossbows, rather. Oh, this builder's going to get picked off by these crossbowmen. He just managed to build a building just in time, though. A nicely placed slaughterhouse. If these guys were paying attention, they probably could have stopped him. Fortunately, he's sending them in here, and they should get this level 3 slaughterhouse, though, which is an even better prize. No, he's actually not going to go and do that. He might have been. Originally. Unfortunately, the crossbows over here will be picked off. And ArCh4nGeL will begin moving in the south here. Led by Saruman. Once he gets to level 7, he can temporarily gain control of target enemies. That's what his level 7 does in this patch. Of course, his level 10 is his Thunderbolt. I'm used to them being switched around in his Wormtongue, or Dominate being permanent instead of temporary. Like I said before, both versions are cool, and I don't mind either way. And of course, the more inns you get, the cheaper your Corsairs are, so if he spams more inns, I think that would be not a bad thing to do. If he's trying to save money, at least. And of course, you can build more guys at once also, which is always handy. He has upgraded his siege works, so now he can begin getting catapults, which are 400 apiece, which is fairly cheap. Mordor does have the spammable catapults in this BFME 2, which you can always take advantage of. ArCh4nGeL throwing in a tower here. This Felbeast should be a little bit careful, but he should be able to take this down with ease. The Corsairs and the Felbeast combo easily take that out. Now ArCh4nGeL coming in the south once again. Saruman leading the way this time. He's trying desperately to level up on these slaughterhouses. Of course, not just that, he is trying to negate Halet from having any slaughterhouses. And in comes a Dragon Strike. Let's see how much damage that does. It's actually going to catch these Corsairs mid-run, unfortunately for them. Pretty devastating, I must say. It's also fairly tanky, so it doesn't just die. That's always nice. I've casted a Dragon Strike before and just had it die immediately in patch 1.06. Or was it 1.00? I don't remember. Let's not even talk about 1.06. Dragon Strike. One-shotting your fortress. It's disgusting. Devastation being used to pin the Nazgul in place there. Saruman's having an epic fight with a white. Who will come out on top? His melee attack is really shit, isn't it? Doesn't look like he's carrying. Of course, Saruman does have a knockdown. I forgot about that. It's actually, the Nazgul will have trouble defeating a Saruman. There you go. He's gonna get him. We have Wildman Summon as well, making sure the Nazgul will not get away, and Saruman does. Nice play there by ArCh4nGeL. And meanwhile, he is fortifying the north, taking this in and claiming this land for his own. Once again. As long as ArCh4nGeL can keep the flying unit out of the game, he should be alright. Unfortunately though, the longer he delays, the more times Balrog can be summoned on his base. And this is once again going to be devastating, as you would expect. Going for the fire whip instead of the fire breath. Immediately going for ignite. And he takes out the other production building with ease. And now he's just really going to cripple everything that ArCh4nGeL has here. He's going to go for his... Oh, ArCh4nGeL was going for upgrades here. Researching the heavy armor upgrade right now, in fact. At least now that he has it researched, he can just rebuild this building and he'll have that immediately accessible. Unfortunately, he'll have to level this up again to level 3. Balrog won't have it. Looks like ArCh4nGeL is going to go in for an attack here very shortly. He did get the fire arrow upgrades though. I don't know how long he's had those. But he does have them now. At least he did. He doesn't have access to them anymore. He has to build his forge works if he wants access to that again. Unfortunately, he's going to lose a lot of his good farms as well once again. Not too many of them are level 3 though. I mean, this one's still level 1, this one's level 2. Lumber mill being taken out. Does he have Field of Fires yet? No, he does not. Looks like ArCh4nGeL's army was pretty much killed here. Probably the barrage. No, barrage still there. Ah, he's Rain of Fire. Damn it all. Just too busy watching the Balrog. Didn't see the Rain of Fire. Oh well. And now it looks like both players are kind of weakly defended, I'd say. Obviously more so on this side of the map. ArCh4nGeL does not have much. How's his economy? So he's sitting on a fair amount of money. Looks like he needs more builders though to get his stuff going. Definitely has more than RECON Halet does. Who's thrown down another barricade somewhere. And once again killing the builder from ArCh4nGeL. ArCh4nGeL was trying to sneak in an armory away from his base. Looks like it has been spotted though. At least he does have the armor and fire arrows on his crossbows, so they're going to be much more effective. Although these Haradrim archers are still very effective against them. Level 4 Haradrim archers. They don't need any upgrades to defeat these guys. And of course, fighting next to this barricade not going to be too good for his health as well as you would expect. This is really the time that the big attack needs to come from Halet. Unfortunately, he just doesn't really have too much. He has a lot of guys, but they're all spread out. And once he takes this in, of course, he'll be able to get more no, they're not even Corsairs. He's going to be getting Haradrim Lancers there, which, it's not going to help him take down the base of ArCh4nGeL. Looks like ArCh4nGeL trying to save this furnace. He doesn't want to lose any more level 3 furnaces, as you would expect. No one does, unfortunately. The Creepine is not going to be enough. And it does go down. So that sucks for him. Lurch is level 10 now. Saruman's level 8, so he can start stealing units for a bit of time. And it looks like Halet is continuing to rampage through the lands of ArCh4nGeL here. Taking out furnace after furnace. Corsairs are definitely great for doing this. They're very fast. With the Forged Blades upgrades, they have a lot of damage. Interesting, he would position himself in here instead of over here, where he doesn't take arrow damage. Unless he plans on going for this arrow tower very shortly. No? That was just a strange positioning, I guess. And a worm being summoned in to take out the armory once again. Did it really need to move? Oh, you moved it over here. Interesting. It's giving chase instead of finishing the building. Guess he wants to keep Saruman on his toes. Which is fair. Although I don't know if that's an effective way of using the worm. I don't know if he has any control over it either. But definitely chasing Saruman around the map is not going to be very useful. He's never going to catch him. And a lot of his time was wasted when he could have finished this. Unfortunately. Looks like Isengard has this in down here as well. That's interesting. We have a wall being built around the inn up here. Of course, in patch 1.08, you can build walls anywhere as long as your team has the walls. He's actually walled in the guys over here. Not something I was expecting to see. He's built himself a gate as well, so he can get his troops out. That is a very curious move. And he's building a work pit over here. I guess he's tired of losing his important buildings in his base, instead opting to build it over here. Not a bad choice, honestly. It does secure the inn as well. He does need to capture it, though, if he wants to stop the stuff in here from getting destroyed by Haradrim Lancers. Strong first cavalry and monsters, eh? This builder's gonna be in a world of hurt if he doesn't get out of there. Sounds like Lurtz was killed once again by the flying units, since he was unable to get away. Barricade being thrown down right in front of the fortress of him. It's gonna be a real pain. Fortunately, he does have some Wildmen and Dunlin in here, so he can actually capture this and kill those Haradrim Lancers pretty easily. Also getting a Warwick's Country to help protect it a little bit. Not a bad choice. This is a nice placement for the barricade expansion since it has fire upgrades. It does alright damage against buildings. Not the best, but it'll do. Of course, with the help of the Corsairs, it should bring it down fairly quickly. But at this point, I definitely say Halet has the advantage. I just really think he needs something more powerful than what he's bringing to the table. ArcH4nGeL has the Watcher as well. He has access to Mumakil, he's just not building any. I realize they're expensive, but I think it'd be worth it. Also, he could go for attack trolls. Also not a bad choice. I think after a game has drug on this long, you should really invest in something that will change the tide of battle in your favor. He does have to be careful of the Dominate ability, though. That used with a Mumakil could be devastating against himself. Or attack trolls, rather. Either way. So that's something to keep in mind. Of course, this is a situation he probably didn't think about too much. The fact that he could just fly in here with his Felbeast and destroy this without having to go through the walls. So it looks like ArcH4nGeL won't be benefiting from any wargs from here anytime soon. If that Felbeast has anything to say about it. Here we go. We have a Forgeworks. Or is it Forgeworks? Great Siegeworks. Alright. Being thrown down in front of the base of ArcH4nGeL. Getting ready to put some catapults in front. Oh, he dodged a Wizard Blast. Nice. He does still have a Fireball, though. As well as a bunch of crossbows. But with this forward base, Halet has a much better chance of taking him down, especially since he's now starting to get some siege equipment, which is something he should have tried to go for again a bit sooner. Fortunately, though, the crossbows and fire arrows do take out the siege works very quickly. He probably should have built the siege works behind the barricade expansion. I'm sure in hindsight that seemed like a bad idea, since it was just out in the open waiting to be destroyed. Costly mistake. But in comes the attack once again from a lot of Corsairs. He is cutting through these crossbows fairly easily. He just doesn't have the finishing power, is the only problem. Halet is doing well keeping ArcH4nGeL on his toes, but he just doesn't have what it takes to destroy his fort. This might be it, though. This might be what he needs. The barrage to devastate the base. At least got rid of the Uruk pit. It didn't actually destroy the tower, though. Not as effective as I would have liked if I was in his position. Not that I'm saying it should be better than anything. I'm guessing Dragon Strike incoming, since he used his Vision of the Palantir. Dragon Strike here would be good. That would get rid of this tavern, level 3 as well. And of course, he can summon Wildman as also. It is possible Isengard could do a lot of damage here. Dragon Strike has been used. Where is he coming from, though? Surely he wouldn't use it over here. He did use it over here. I thought he would use it on his base, but no, he's actually got rid of the forward base here. I guess that was a good use of it. And he still has, like, the Freezing Rain. He still has the Watcher and the Wildman as well to summon in. He needs them. His economy is in utter ruins. Oh, look at those. 204 of 350. That's where Mordor's at 390 of 875. Although he did just lose his guy there. Balrog's almost back as well as Rain of Fire. That could be the finishing combo that he needs to get rid of Isengard once and for all. There it goes. Rain of Fire. Unfortunately, the problem with what he just did is, though, he doesn't have the force to finish, like I've been saying. Might have been good to wait until at least he had a few battalions of swordsmen with the forge blade upgrades or something, or battering ram even, something. I think at this point battering ram might not be a bad idea instead of going for catapults. That way that'll force ArCh4nGeL to focus down the battering rams. So battering rams, the Corsairs, would probably be pretty effective. But he will have Balrog here very shortly. It's pretty much ready to be used. And now he has some of these swordsmen. Although, unfortunately, the majority of them got whipped to death by the Watcher. Lurtz once again cripple striking the Nazgul. Nazgul does have the Mongol blade, though. So he can retaliate against Lurtz now. So Lurtz needs to be a little bit careful. Well, of course, Lurtz is still stronger in melee, but he has used his Carnage already. Did he just heal? Ah, Untamed Allegiance is a heal, that's right. What the hell? It's a weird thing giving an evil team heal, but I guess it's not that weird if you think about it. Kind of cool, in fact. I wasn't aware it worked on heroes, though. It's like both of them use that for that reason. And now the Corsairs will take him out, and ArCh4nGeL will actually concede. So there you go, ArCh4nGeL's been defeated, and RECON Halet takes the victory there. Oof, that was a long game. Long 1v1. Pretty good, though. Good plays on both sides. Pretty back and forth, but yeah. I thought that was pretty enjoyable. So hopefully you guys agree. Thought that was good. And I'll see you in the next cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2, patch 1.08. See you guys next time.